Today, I'm excited to share my gauntlet run experience in Path of Exile using Lacerate with a two-hander instead of a shield. I'll walk you through my journey, the build mechanics, and the thrilling moments along the way. Trust me, there are some wild twists. Let's dive right in. First, let's talk about the build. I opted for Lacerate with a two-handed weapon, and let me tell you, it was a game changer. Two-hand flat deals 4 times more damage compared to a one-hand, which meant everything just melted in front of me. On a side note, I think that's an issue for the game. I think one-handers should be buffed to be 2/3 or 3/4 the flat of a two-hander if we're really expected to go far with it. But that's my opinion. The raw damage output allowed me to breeze through white and yellow maps where I felt unstoppable. I focused on stacking damage and speed. The key here was maximizing my single target DPS while maintaining decent AoE damage. It felt incredible to shred through packs and bosses alike. Trust me, if you're looking for a build that packs a punch, Lacerate with a two-hander is definitely worth considering. As I progressed through the white maps, I picked up spell suppression on lucky gear rolls. It was a lifesaver. Overcapping my resistances early on allowed me to tank hits without worrying too much about elemental damage. My main focus was clearing speed, so I could farm currency and upgrade my gear as I went. Brinkmanship is a real star notable on the build, and felt amazing to take around Act 5. I focused on nodes that amplified my Lacerate damage while ensuring I had enough survivability. With no points to waste into block present, you can get more life, increased armor, and damage, fully mitigating most hits while having the damage to make your foe not able to last long against you. 20% chance to defend with 200% of armor mastery increased, and reaching endurance charges sooner, I think, are the more point-effective ways to get tanky while maintaining damage and life. It just didn't feel like the same power creep investing into block and retaliation, comparatively. Retaliation skills can be a big hit, but are capped on cooldown, and you count as being hit for damaging mechanics anyway. The beauty of this build is that it never felt lacking in any way, and I rarely felt threatened, except for those moments that were designed to be terrifying. Once I hit yellow maps, things got even more exciting. The increased density of mobs and tougher bosses provided a great challenge. Here's where I really started to appreciate the power of Lacerate. I was able to clear packs and dodge mechanics while keeping my damage consistent. During these encounters, I utilized movement skills and positioning to avoid damage. The feeling of slicing through bosses while keeping a safe distance was exhilarating. I experimented with different gear setups, but the Lacerate damage output was always at the forefront. Now, let's talk about the moment that brought my run crashing down. Picture this. I'm confidently zipping through Uber Lab, feeling invincible, when suddenly, off-screen, Lacerate strikes. I didn't see it coming, and in a split second I was dead. He who lives by, dies by, I suppose. It was one of those moments where you realize no build can completely prevent accidental deaths. No amount of damage mitigation would have saved me from that rogue Lacerate. It was a frustrating reminder that even the best builds have their weaknesses. Slash the like if you're looking forward to my League Starter, or Path 2. Despite that unfortunate death, this run was incredibly fun. Here are a few tips for anyone considering a similar build. Focus on survivability. Armor, spell suppression, and resistances are crucial. Purity of elements lets you run high life gear you find with little else on it, giving early flexibility and taking no extra damage from ailments from elements is a big area of the game solved. Maximize damage output. Two-handers provide insane flat damage, especially with Lacerate. They aren't twice as good, they can be 4 to 6 times more flat damage on average. Stay aware of your surroundings. Uber Lab can be brutal, and it's easy to get distracted. Try to kite him and focus on the mechanic eliminating minigame. Seems like you need 800,000 damage to blast past it, and I could have been 1 axe in progression short. 600 flat would have been fine on it, I think, which is obtainable. I came across 3 merciless mods that either vanished or couldn't do anything with. Early on, keep an eye out for any axe and set many bases in the filter. I learned so much from this gauntlet run, and I can't wait to dive back in with new strategies. If you're planning a run or trying out a Lacerate build, I hope you found some inspiration from my experience. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. If you stuck around, you're one of the real ones. Consider drop a sub and be on the lookout for my league starter in 326. All right? Look forward to seeing you.